Good afternoon here. I look a hot mess. But that's okay. That's okay. I'm gonna get glammed up. But I woke up pretty freaking early today. Despite the time that I went to bed, which was like 12, and it's never mind, I take that back. I thought it was like 5 a.m. It's 12 right now. I'm gonna go ahead and get dressed and go down to the library today. That they are having a library event, more about a book club event. Yes, and I feel like this is a nice way to get my toes wetsies. I was part of a up and coming book club sometime earlier in June, but it kind of never went anywhere because, you know, it was composed of all of my coworkers, and what do we all have in common? Damn near the same shift. We work at the same location, so that didn't really go anywhere, but I figured still be nice to join one. So right now I see that it's 93 degrees outside, and I should probably wear something that's okay, cool. Okay. But the library's fucking cold. That's what I'm thinking. That bitch is cold as fuck. Let's see. Long pants, because I've been getting mosquito bites and it sucks. This is what I'm working with. Got that bitch color coordinated. Alright. So, here's a fit check. Have this little hairband. I'm finding that hairbands work well with my hair type. Got some nice dangling earrings. Got the ring, staples on. Necklace is a no-go. The chain did break, but I'm still gonna carry my stones with me, so they'll be in there. And yeah, I went ahead and added this necktie because honestly I don't wear them that much, and for the amount of ties that I do wear, I could probably learn to incorporate them into my outfit more often. So I feel like these patterns go really well. Nice. For the bag, you know, it's cute, it's girly. It doesn't go with the outfit. It went with yesterday's fit, and I'm thinking about switching it out, but this one or this one? No. I feel like the pink, the pop of pink, kind of tells the story that, you know, the tie is for fun. The tie is for fun, you know. This is her true self on the day-to-day. This is her on just today. But I feel like if I tied in the plaid with this, they're like, oh, she loves the game. She loves the plaid game. She loves the country gingham game. Not sure. Okay, nice. I am indeed fashionably late. It's supposed to start at 11:30 and it's 11:40. But here's may I interject? I feel like I'd much rather arrive if I'm late, gather some details about how it went, how it goes, and just stay there to journal. And then from there, possibly go to Tule Springs. I don't know. We'll see. Okay. Hi, welcome. I'm back. And I'm in the kitchen. One moment. Okay, all back. I kind of noticed, I was like, ooh. But I was eating watermelon, and this is my second take because after listening to the first one, I was speaking so loud that there was an echo, and then the second time around, the audio quality was so good you could hear me chew and swallow the watermelon. This is not a mukbang. So, but I'm back from the library, and I was there about approximately like 2 to 3 hours. I went to check out the book club that I was going to. I went to the help desk, told them I was late, but is it okay if I stop by? She said, sure thing, it's gonna last for 30 more minutes. It's in the guest room A, which is like the biggest guest room ever. It has this giant like meeting office desk, and there's an array of chairs, like squishy chairs around it, and there's all glass panels, so it's like in display. So I was like, okay, well, they could see me coming as much as I could see them, so let me not walk with I wouldn't say with a purpose, but more so let me not engage with them too soon. Let me scope the area, scope the books around the perimeter of the office room to see if it's something I'm comfortable with doing. And I'm glad that I did that, because there's two things. One, it was only, or I guess 5. One, it was only 5 people, so that's that, I guess. 2, it was all white people. That's fine. 3, the main reason, the only reason, true and true, they were all old. Super, super old, like my grandma's age, okay? But not squishy like my grandma. Like, I don't know. Novels they were reading were like this. They weren't picking up paperbacks, They were going into extensive, detailed book reports. They had binders, they had folders, they had pencil and paper for notes. They were serious about their craft. They had designated nameplates. Dennis, this person, this person, this person, this person. And I admired how they all carried themselves and sat with respect and pride. No one talked over one another, and it was clear that there was one woman who was sitting somewhat in the middle, and she seemed to be leading the conversation. And it seemed very important because, they're all like focused, like they tuned their vision to her, they're not flipping through things, and they're kind of like laid back and like nodding along, assuring that they're listening. I was like, this is not the time for me to interject, because 1, I'm not even bringing a book. 2, it's 30 minutes left, so they're probably just wrapping things up, or it might just be her turn and she has 30 minutes to talk about her book. But also the biggest reason was I didn't feel comfortable in that demographic. I am young, I'm Black, and I don't have a book. I was planning on maybe exchanging names, getting to know them a little bit, seeing what books they've read, yada yada yada, sharing my book experience, so that way the next time I come around, I'm familiar with who they are and I could just step right into how it rolls. Kind of like orientation. But honestly, if I wanted to be in a book club of that demographic or anything like that, I would go back to school, like my high school. I'm not doing that. The terminologies I use and the slang I use, they're gonna be completely obsolete for someone that doesn't hold any value to those things. Like when I say, and that's tea, and I'm like, what's tea? And once I have to explain something, it loses value, because when someone explains it to me, I'm like, oh, okay, so you mean that's neat? You can see that's neat, like, they're not gonna understand that I'm saying, you said your shit. I like the way you backed up your dissertation. But needless to say, I would just I don't think I'm at that point where I'm ready to step into any room. Because I was like, fuck, I'm not even reading novels that big, let alone I think I would have felt comfortable to step into that room had I had been prepared for the material. Because one thing's for sure, I know education, in my opinion, surpasses any filters that are put onto a certain demographic. It doesn't matter your age, your race, whoever's smarter is smarter. If that even makes sense. More smart. Intelligence shines through all demographics, you know. So if I would have just came prepared with a thick ass novel, ready to talk about it and ready to engage, it wouldn't have mattered that I was young. It wouldn't have mattered that it was only 5 people and now I have a large speaking turn. It wouldn't have mattered that I can't socialize with them on a common level. And it's because all those things were out of the window that the little thing bothered me, which was just the fact that I was going to be the only black person in there. But I'm at a fucking library. It's the most... Oh. Alright. I had a phone call, but what I was saying was, it's the library, you know, it's a definition of a safe space for me. So I just went about my day. I continued to finish my August spread by, I made the spread for August, but it's more so just empty. I'll go ahead and show you what it looks like. Alright, so we're still using this baby right here. This was July spread. And I kind of just, you know, Halil. It's been so long. It's to do in Korean. So I have my to-do list here, and this is like a cycle tracker more so. So it's like menstrual cycle. My stickers fell in the water. Dang it. No, my stickers. Okay. And this is like how a weekly schedule will look like. So it starts with Sunday and ends with Saturday. And these stickers kind of represent. So that's what these are. The blue represents my water intake. Green is for if I journaled. Pink is for I yoga. Yellow's for if I dookied. Because honestly, I don't number 2 a lot. And this fuchsia color is for when I feed my fish. Let's see. This is like a little meal planner. Did I do that? I did do that. And then this is like my version of like keeping up with my tasks. So it's like laundry, washing bed, wash bed, sweep, mop, sanitize. And I kind of just write the date, color code it, and I color it in if I did those things. I typically have a reset day every Sunday. And then, yeah. That's basically how that whole last month went. So this is this month's. This is August. I printed this out at the library because I drew so many sketches behind this picture that the paper just looked ugly. And I didn't have a spare page to spare. So this is the start of the month. Then we go into the weekly spread. Nothing much here because we're like right here. So you know, I do this for a few pages until the month is over. And then I decided to put all of my to-dos. I have a set of 4s, like 1 per week, just together. And then I have this right here is my new meal plan. I decided to just make a monthly calendar layout, and I just write in what I ate. Now, it's not necessarily a meal plan, it's a meal tracker because my priority is that I am eating. If I'm trying to nitpick that I'm eating this and that only, I'm taking away from the amount of choices that I have, and I'm already not. I'm not worried about going over. I'm trying to stay where I'm at. Right here is basically what that cycle syncing page that I try to create, but I just printed this out from Pinterest. So syncing your life with your menstrual cycle, and basically it goes through every phase with the tips. I color code it because it corresponds to what stars on the day depending on what phase I'm in. So this is very important. I love looking over this. I used to use Stardust for tracking my cycle. I loved Stardust. I had the premium version back when the premium version was free if you shared it to 7 friends. Now it's not anymore. I did it again. It expired. I shared it to 7 friends, and then that was it. It was like, okay, you should pay though. So I didn't pay. I was just using the free version, and then it messed. For some reason, it kind of messed up my account because it didn't sync over the data from the premium account because I didn't continue the subscription, and because of that, I basically had to start all over again. So any habits that were documented wasn't there anymore, and I had to basically start off as a new user. And I was like, you know, at this point, I'm not gonna do it. I tried a different flow app, wasn't into it. You know, I'm like, it's worse than Stardust. I'm going backwards. I'm just not gonna do the app. So yeah, I think I'm gonna stick to this, you know, just like keyly reminder, because when I had the Stardust app, I didn't stick to it. You know, everything that is suggested, that I eat, that I do, that I focus on around my cycle, it just more so I took it as suggestions. So I just printed out the suggestions, right? This right here is the exact same thing. My little tasking for all of the cleaning stuff I need to do. And I think that's the last page. It is the last page. So that's my entire spread set up. And that's basically what I finished working on at the library. And then afterwards, I was like, should I read The Artist's Way? Which I brought with me, but I was getting hungry and I wanted my coffee, but I left it in the car because I didn't want to be that person bringing 2 drinks, you know, every 3 drink that I need. So I figured, you know, let's go to a second location perhaps. And then I ended up just coming home because I was like, you know, there's food and there's coffee refills at home. And now we're here. But thank you for chiming in for my day. If I do anything else for today, I'll add in a clip, but I don't think so. Okay, I love you. Bye.